PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
Hey, this is James Spann. You've clicked onto the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday morning, the 9th of June. We think heat levels slowly ease up a little bit this week and rain chances gradually go up. Let's take a look at some Skycam shots around the state this morning. Nice to see a little light of day as we are approaching our longest amount of daylight in the year. There's the Mount Cheaha camera looking off to the southwest. You can see the Talladega Mountains there. From Tuscaloosa, we're looking east from the top of the Tuscaloosa County Courthouse, and from downtown Birmingham, that's the view south from the top of the Daniel Building. Well, this morning on the water vapor satellite imagery, you can see that we've got another trough coming out across the Plain States, and the 588 circle is in place here. That kept most of the state hot and dry over the weekend as expected, but that trough will be denting that thing down a little bit. And accordingly, with slightly cooler air aloft, we think the chance of a few scattered storms will be increasing in coming days. And to cool things down temporarily, with our trough coming out of the Plain States, we got flash flood watches this morning all the way from Oklahoma up into Illinois and Indiana. They have seen some amazing rainfall out there over the past 5 days. In terms of the severe weather outlook today, we've got a slight risk of severe weather all the way from the Texas Hill Country to near Detroit and Cleveland. Now, that will include Tulsa, Little Rock, St. Louis, and Indianapolis. Also a slight risk over northern New England. Tomorrow, a slight risk over much of the northeast United States, all the way from Washington up to Boston, and including all of New York, Vermont, New Hampshire. Also a slight risk for parts of North Dakota and Nebraska, or South Dakota and Nebraska. And on day 3, a risk of severe weather across the high plains. And on day 4, a slight risk over the upper Midwest and parts of the Great Lakes. They've had some wild action in recent weeks up there. Now, this looks a lot better for us. This is the QPF map, the expected rain valid through Friday evening at 7 o'clock, and this is suggesting rainfall of about 1 to 1.5 inches here. Heavier rains near the Gulf Coast, and, of course, the really heavy stuff out there across the nation's breadbasket once again. And a quick peek at weather in the tropics. Things are quiet in the Atlantic Basin. We do note that disturbance just off the coast of Mexico, the Pacific coast around Acapulco. That thing is so close to land, it's having a hard time developing. But again, around here, don't expect any tropical problems for a while. There's a look at today's output of the GFS, the OZ run, valid at 1 o'clock. This is at 500 millibars. Trough lifting north of the state, but again, it breaks a weakness into the ridge. And hopefully we'll get some convection going. Now, the GFS looks pretty dry this afternoon, but I wouldn't be shocked if we had some thunderstorms today with the cooling aloft after 1 or 2 o'clock when temperatures get up in the low to mid-90s today. We'll watch for that. Tomorrow, again, there's your weakness in the trough. And at the surface, you've got the possibility of scattered convection all across the southeastern states. And, of course, the problem is, in summertime, I can't tell you this morning who's going to get the rain and at what time in the afternoon. Very frustrating, so we wound up saying scattered showers and storms. And we'll say that tomorrow. We'll say that Wednesday. And we'll say that Thursday. It's going to be a case where every day this week we'll have the risk of a passing shower or storm, but it might be a deal where one side of town gets an inch, the other side of town gets nothing. You know how it goes. High should be around 90. Friday, again, a strong trough to the north. The ridge is there, but it's not as strong as it was last week. And underneath that, again, you can see a very soupy, moist air mass. And Saturday looks almost identical. A boundary comes down from the north, and Sunday, that boundary, according to this, would be down around Birmingham with drier air over the north. But getting surface boundaries down here in mid-June, that's pretty hard to do. But it's certainly possible. But that might enhance the chance of showers and thunderstorms over the weekend with a surface boundary around here. So, again, there will be a chance of a shower or storm every day for the next 7 days, maybe a little enhanced coverage this weekend. 4 more days on the 19th. Now, all of a sudden, that part of the country that's been under flooding and severe weather, if this is right, they'll be hot and dry out there. For places like Oklahoma City and Kansas City and Des Moines. Big trough on the west coast, big trough on the east coast, kind of a blocked-up pattern there. And underneath that, we'd be on the edge of the ridge, and occasional ripples coming down that eastern trough might bring a thunderstorm or two. And on the 24th, again, the ridge not that strong. There's a weakness, and that would suggest, scattered showers and storms. So I think no doubt the trend is for increasing scattered storms and heat levels to come down in the coming days. And the heat levels coming down, I think everybody would agree that's a good thing. It's been pretty hot here lately. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful Monday, and God bless.